even with the conversations of quiet quitting,
Mm-hmm.
we see so many different tech companies, larger companies, different FANG companies, where they're demanding people come back into office.
Pretty much all of them, right?
And it's so funny. I remember when I first saw it, and of course I'm just watching. I was like, I didn't really care because at the time, the company that I was at, Dialpad, shouts out to Dialpad, they are a direct competitor to Zoom. So the company in and of itself is a type of company where you can work from home because they have a meetings platform. And so we all drink our own Kool-Aid. We literally, entire team, everybody in the company used the platform. So all of us were working remote. So it wasn't really a thought that I'm going to have to go back into the office. But I just remember at first seeing, okay, all of these different FANG companies are demanding people come back into the office. At first, I thought people were going to buckle. I thought, oh, yeah, people are going to buckle. They're going to go back to the office. They're complaining if they're going to go back in. And people haven't.
No.
And now those companies are buckling. Even Apple is having a buckle.
Yeah.
You know, all the demands they're making. And a report came out recently. You know, of course, Tim Cook, a few months ago, same thing. He said, look, if everyone has to return back into the office. Yeah. And then they ended up losing one of their executives. An executive at Apple left because he said, no, this is stupid. I'm not. Why am I going back into the office?
Yeah, I think like with today's technology, we all kind of realize we don't need to be in our office. Yeah. I think they want to hold on to it. I mean, it would be crazy if everybody decided, you know, we don't need these office spaces. Like, what are all these buildings for?
Why do you think... So if you had to theorize, I have a couple theories, but I want to know some of yours first. If you had to theorize, why do you believe many of these companies that don't need us back in the office are so adamant about us being back in the office?
Quiet quitting. We're not. I'm for me in particular, I'm more productive at home. Like when I used to be in the office, I would be sitting downstairs with like my coworker besties all the time. Like we would have happy hours all the time, all these things. And then at home,
that's nice.
Yeah, at home we don't have those things if you think about it. So I also at the same time though, I think that all these companies are aware of all these like trends that are going around where people, you know, they're talking about taking naps at work. I'm one of those people who talk about it.
I've seen it.
Yeah. And
woo child.
Yeah. So like people, I think that these companies really want us to be back so they can, for one, watch us work, but for two, they actually believe that it will increase our productivity and they just want us to be, you know, together. I've also heard some other theories too, something about like real estate and like taxes, all of these things about like, I've heard a lot of different theories on why, and I'm sure the executive actually know the reason why, but they all talk about it on why for sure.
It honestly it's most likely probably a combination of all of it. Maybe different companies care about different things. Yeah, one of the theories that I have, and this isn't one I came up with, someone shared this actually in my comments, and I was like, oh, that's actually a really good theory. They were talking about how, it's going back to real estate. It's like, okay, where are most offices at, especially tech company offices? They're downtown.
Yeah.
And during the day, what businesses need, like the people that are eating at the restaurants, the people that are shopping in the stores, doing everything, that live downtown, or the people that are doing that are typically people that are working downtown. And so when you have all of these businesses that are emptied out because people are now working from home who mainly live in the suburbs, now you have it to where those different restaurants, those different stores nearby, they've lost so much business. They lost it during the pandemic and they were holding on by a thread. And then they were thinking, oh, once everything goes back to normal, we're going to get this business. But now it's like things have gone semi back to normal, but people aren't back in those offices.
Right.
So it's like one of those things where those businesses might be complaining to politicians that, hey, our businesses are going out. And if we're going out of business, we have to let people go. If we have to let people go, that's, you know, it's like you follow the money where it's like, okay, that hurts that state because now that state is getting less tax money from those businesses. So now those politicians in that state might like really like put a strain on those bigger businesses and say, hey, y'all really got to get your employees and people back in the office.